There is a nest here high up in this apple tree. You can't see it now, but I was able to film it, and it's a nest of wood pigeon. It's the biggest pigeon in the Czech Republic.
In Central Europe.
Oh, in Central Europe, okay. And like it or she sits there quite often. Not now, but quite often. So we'll see what happens if there are small pigeons or something. But we are observing this closely every day when we go by, and it's so interesting that it's here, and this is for the first time that we see pigeons nest here in our garden.
We thought they were all doves, but then we realized that we have also pigeons.
Yeah.
And it's not the same pigeon like in the cities that people hate.
Yes, this is a different kind of pigeon.
But even though it's a different kind of pigeon, there are still complications. I was wondering why my peas were not growing, and then Peter came telling me that something seems to be eating them, the leaves. And then Peter's mom was here for a visit last weekend, and she said that pigeons were eating peas, or the leaves of peas. And she said that this kind of protection is what we can do to repel them. And she was kind enough to also do it for us. So this is the work of Peter's mom. And now the peas are growing, and they can also use this structure to climb up. So that's cool. I can still add something here, but I don't have to go all the way from the bottom now.
Yeah. And the idea is that the pigeons won't be able to get to the peas as easily as before. So
yeah, they are in a cage basically, protected from big birds. Small birds could crawl through, but pigeons are too big, and these ones are the biggest. So cool. We learned something new again. We also got another peony from Peter's mom. It's a different kind that we have. This one doesn't grow from the scratch every year. It's like a shrub basically, so it should probably grow bigger and bigger. So we'll see. It's already flowering. It came with one bud, so it's nice to see what is awaiting us in the next years.
Yeah. It has a woody stem or whatever this is, so it's something shrub-like.
Yeah, and we like having more new things in the garden, so that's cool.
Sadly, the late spring frosts destroyed almost all of our fruit trees, or not the trees, but future harvests. Here we can see remnants of flowers, and they are empty, nothing. So these are cherries, and there will be nothing probably. I don't see fruits developing at all. Here, nothing on this peach tree, no future harvest for this year at all. Last year it was full and the branches were breaking, so like it will have more energy for growing. So that's nice, I guess, but no peaches for us this year. And these plum-like trees, we were showing you how they were blooming, full of flowers and everything, but then the frosts came and no fruits at all developing on these ones either, so there will be nothing. It's quite sad, but at least we should still have apples, maybe pears. Plums are on the trees here and there, not as many as some years, but this, no Mirabelle plums, nor no green gages, so yeah, that's life.
Looks like we'll have more time in summer.
Okay, we are still waiting for berries though, so hopefully some berries are still waiting for us, and in summer I will be harvesting.
It'll be another record harvest at the end.
That sometimes happens, that we complain that the frosts destroyed everything, and then we harvest quite a lot in summer, but like, yeah, the big fruits from the trees, there won't be much this year.
We have this beautiful exocorda, aka pearl bush. We have two of them. One is here. This one is much bigger. There's another one behind me which is much smaller. But both of them are full of flowers. So we have at least something to enjoy when we are passing by. Our perennial veggie garden is progressing quite nicely. Everything that we planted here is still alive, so that's always nice. We have asparagus. And the cool thing is, there were already some stems that you see that we cut off because it was freezing after they grew up and they are not frost resistant, so they were kind of like dying off, so we cut them off and we ate them. So we had our first asparagus from the garden.
Yeah, and it was so delicious, very, very juicy and fresh, and I couldn't even, I didn't know what to think because I was in awe.
Yeah, in awe. We have also this Egyptian walking onion. So it's spreading very quickly everywhere in all directions. So that's great. We have some greens already in early spring because it's there since March basically.
Yeah, and show us the Egyptian pose again because you were not in frame completely.
Oh, it was so cool. And it's already flowering, so it's basically there will be new onions here, and then it will go like down, and that's where it will want to take roots. Mm-hmm. So it would want to be basically everywhere. We will have to control it because otherwise it will take over the whole garden bed, which we don't want.
Yeah, it spreads here a lot.
Yeah. Here we still have the leeks that spread themselves, propagate by creating new bulbs. So there's already one growing from the previous one. So we hope that there will be more of them, and maybe in the future I wouldn't have to plant annual leeks anymore. Mm-hmm. We have the monthly strawberries, we call them. They had some burned flowers, but there are new ones popping up all the time. So we will just be feasting on them later on.
Yeah, burned by frost.
Yes. We have chives, not many, just this one nest, but I'm trying to grow more in planters. So if that's successful, I will transplant them here so that we have more chives because we like adding them to our meals. Also, the rhubarb is growing nicely. It seems to be flowering for the first time since we planted it. Mm-hmm. It already looks quite strong. I don't actually know if this year we could have already harvested it because inside there are these beautiful red stems or stalks that you could use. But I don't know if it's already too late now that it's flowering. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, we have to study about that because
yeah.
I was only talking about strawberry rhubarb pie, and then we were like, oh my god, maybe here in the Czech Republic they are not ripe at the same time, the strawberries and the rhubarb. So I don't know.
I don't know as well. We didn't really think about it much yet because we know that for the first couple of years you are supposed to just let it get stronger and not harvest it.
Exactly.
And there are also sunflowers popping up in random places because I planted sunflowers here last year. So I will transplant them in more open spaces because this is too close to all the veggies.
But did you plant these ones, or are they from the previous sunflowers that were here last year and they seeded themselves like on their own?
That.
Okay, so so this is not what Tommy planted, just so very, very randomly.
Yeah, and there are also potatoes randomly popping up because we grew potatoes here 2 years ago. So I'm thinking I will keep some of them if they are not, again, too close to other stuff. So to have some backup option.
Yeah, I see more here. These ones are definitely potatoes.
And that one is far away from other stuff, so I'll keep it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And we have a new addition, again thanks to Peter's mom. We have 2 artichokes here, which I have no idea what it is, how it tastes. I've never seen it or tasted it in my life, but it's supposed to be a perennial as well. So why not add it here, and again, we'll figure out later what to do with it.
Yeah, some of you guys were mentioning artichokes in the comments last year, I think. But in our climate, it's so with the artichoke. So it's like, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Global warming, so maybe they will survive.
Maybe. We have these autumn olives all over the garden, and they are in bloom now. There are these very small yellowish flowers, and there is a great smell everywhere here. It's like vanilla or
Yeah, I smell
something.
it.
Yeah, so this should be a great harvest, and they will be ripe at the end of September or maybe even in October, so they are late. So that's nice.
It's very unusual because berries, we don't harvest berries that late in the year.
Yeah. Compared to other berries, it's different, but it's great that you have something fresh so late in the season. And wow, this is overwhelming and I love it. And there are so many bees. They are buzzing here everywhere.
I hear them.
Honeybees. That's so cool. So that's amazing. And since we are here, let's take a look at this, because this is also blooming nicely. Can you see the flowers? Very pretty. But I don't know the name in English. Do you maybe know?
No.
Okay, so I will put it on the screen somewhere here, but it's pretty, and there should also be fruits from this. They are like only kinda edible, just a few you should eat, no, not much.
20 a day.
Okay, and it tastes like sour candy or something.
This lilac is already taller than me.
Wow.
Right next to the autumn olive. It's a really nice corner, and it has a lot of flowers, which are just starting. And everywhere in the area there are so many lilacs, everybody has them. It's really beautiful, and they smell nice as well.
Yeah, they smell very nice. Wow, very pretty. You are totally in the greenery here. We are in the back of our garden. Here is the fence, so we don't go here very often.
Here we have some kind of Daphne, and I don't know what kind it is because it's not the kind I ordered. I wanted a different one, which grows here natively, and this one is, I think, something from Asia. But it's still pretty, and it has so many flowers now.
And there is a very strong smell from it. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's so nice.
No, I meant that it could be poisonous or something.
Yeah, the local one, the native one, is poisonous, and even the smell can make you nauseous. But I don't know about this one, but I don't want to risk it, so I'll smell it from a farther distance.
Yeah, okay, hopefully we won't faint soon from this. But it's a nice scent, I have to say. Guys, I woke up like this. I wanted to show you just for fun. Yeah, so this happens to me sometimes. Anyway, we are here in our yard, and I wanted to show you or tell you that it's better here regarding the frosts, because it's warmer here during nights. All the buildings, they accumulate a bit of heat, and this sour cherry, we can see a lot of future fruits. They are developing, so it's great. And there is something on this big plum tree as well, so I like that. Everybody is mowing today, the neighbors and Tommy as well, so excuse the noise that is around sometimes, but that's reality of life in the countryside. The work has to be done. And yeah, it's so pretty everywhere. I like this Japanese quince tree blooming. We have a red one here and a pink one, and it's also pretty. And I'm going to prepare a nettle compost tea, or we call it yiha here. I will collect a lot of nettles. They are the plants that contain a lot of nitrogen, and I will put them in a barrel and then add water, and yeah, it will be a nice fertilizer for later in the season. I will be mowing soon too here in our yard. We usually wait for the dandelions to be done flowering, so most of them are now. But there are these little blue flowers, and they look so pretty, so we don't mind when it's overgrown here, because there is always something pretty, and we are alternative, so we don't have to have the perfect lawn or anything. We enjoy the natural side of our yard. But yeah, I will be mowing soon here too. Here we have a very nice group of nettles, so that's a rich spot. I like it, and I just put them here in the barrel. I have to be careful because when you touch them they burn you, and it's not pleasant at all. These plants are not great, but there is a purpose for them, so that's nice. And these spots with nettles are all over the garden, in many of the wild corners of our garden. So it's not a problem to collect a lot of them, which is nice. When Tommy mows, he puts these piles of grass clippings all around our garden, and we mulch everywhere or on a lot of places. For example, these hibiscus bushes, they don't like very dry conditions, and mulching is great for retaining moisture. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I can't put it like directly to the bush because the piles, they heat up and it could damage the shrub. So I have to be careful just around it or close by, but not directly here. And yeah, it's a nice method. It also slows down the growth of grass, even though some grasses are very aggressive, so they come back all the time, but this at least slows them down. I was trying to pull some of them out, but yeah, some of them are very, very strong, so I do at least this. This is done, so that's nice. Work in the garden is not great for lower back. I'm touching my lower back. It's not visible on the camera. Yeah, so I have problems with that. So it looks easy and like it's fast, but it's not easy. We also mulch here around our gooseberries and currants. Look, this area, the couch grass is always coming back. Totally terrible, you don't want it. It has these rhizomes, like long roots underground, and it's almost impossible to get rid of. So we mulch here and it looks kinda nice. So I'm glad about that. This is how it looks where you don't mulch, or we mulch here but not very often. So yeah, it's a jungle here. But here we don't mind because there are these hazelnut bushes. It's a part of our natural wild hedge, and this will be a wild area, and couch grass doesn't like when it's in shade. So when they are bigger, they will create this shaded area, and the conditions for the grass will not be good, so it should slowly disappear. And yeah, even if it stays here, we don't mind here. But in some areas, we need to fight with it and remove it by mulching or pulling it, like here. Guys, oh my god, it was the same here around our honeyberries. And I was pulling here the grass out, so now it's very clean. This is a miracle. And I planted clover here. You can see it like sprouting. I am watering here every day. I also planted here like these little things that I want here. These little flowers instead of the couch grass. Couch grass is very, very strong, but it doesn't like competition very much. But usually it kills all the other plants. So we'll see what happens here, but I'm glad I was able to clean it, at least for now. And I'm curious to see what happens throughout the year. As a reward, here we have the drunken Isidore. Yes, I made it for the second time because it's so delicious. For me, this is one of the best cakes, so we deserve this. I love relaxing after the work in the garden because it feels very deserved to have a dessert. It's very nice. It's time to fill up the barrel with nettles, with water. I can turn on the water remotely through my phone, so that's very nice. It's our well water, so not drinking water. We also have public water from the village, but we also have our own well, which is great for watering the garden. The barrel is filled with water, so now I'm going to push this down. It wants to float. And oh my god, where is my brick? I use a brick to make it heavier. Here it is. So it's needed because the nettles want to jump out of the barrel. And yeah, over time they will decompose or something in the water. In 6 to 8 weeks this should be ready, and it will be a very nice liquid fertilizer, and this will stink a lot. It's not a pleasant smell at all. It smells like shit, and I'm just not saying that. That's literally how it stinks. So if you make this, be prepared. So yeah, we have good experience with this. That's why I make it every year, and I'm looking forward to using this.
It's been cloudy today, but now the sun came out and everything looks more vibrant and just nicer, more positive. Like this kind of honeysuckle. It's a Tatarian honeysuckle and it has so many flowers right now and it's very popular with bees. So they are flying all around, enjoying it. We have only one of these in our garden, but it grew up very quickly in 3 years or so. And you can see here, we had the hyacinths here. They are done flowering and I haven't mowed grass here this year yet. So you can see that we chose a good spot for them because we need to let them finish their season. So only when the leaves turn yellow or brown, then I will be able to mow over this place. I've come to check up on our radishes in the greenhouse and they seem to be doing really well. It's full of weeds because, as I mentioned before, this is a new garden bed and what I'm basically planning is that once the radishes are gone, I will rework it and empty it and then I will plant peppers here later. So right now it's ugly, but look at these radishes. We can harvest a few of them and use them in our dinner tonight. They look perfect. Wow. We've been shelling walnuts from last autumn for a long time now, whenever we found a spare moment, but we've just finished the last batch and we're finally done. Yay! So now it's time to weigh how much we have shelled. Okay, another half a kilogram.
Okay.
520 grams. So that means altogether we have more than 5 kilograms.
Wow.
Like 5.2, which is amazing because up until now our record was like 1.5 or something like that.
Wow.
But last year, for some reason, the harvest was amazing. So that's great. That could cover our whole year consumption, which never happens.
That's very great. But this year there won't be almost anything because everything froze again. Maybe like the total upper part of the tree survived, so maybe there will be like 10 walnuts, we'll see. Oh well, we have learned that's just how it is in the garden. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Anyway, if you liked the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and see you guys next time. Bye!